Hello student, I am Sangeeta Mansukhani. This is the video number 115 and in this video I will be explain cyclic structure of the glucose. Okay, but before the explaining of cyclic structure of glucose, in the last video I explained glucose structure. Okay, glucose structure here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon in a straight chain. First carbon have carbonyl group. Which carbonyl group? Aldehyde. Okay. Then last carbon have alcoholic form CH2OH hydroxyl group attached. So second to last carbon, sixth OH group attached. So second and third position only 4 changes, but fourth and fifth common position HOH. And then 6th carbon also CH2OH. Okay, but second and third position always changeable, HOH and then this side OH and H. Okay, so this is the glucose structure. It is the open structure. But today we have to study about cyclic structure of glucose. Okay, cyclic structure of the glucose. So here you see this first carbon attached with 5th number carbon. First carbon attached with 5th carbon by oxygen, because here you see open structure 5th number carbon OH. Okay, so this carbon OH and then H, H2O out, and then only single oxygen bind second number to 5th carbon. Here you see, sorry, first carbon. Okay, so first carbon to 5th carbon. Okay, so the structure first of the glucose explain most of its property, but following reaction and facts could not be explained by this structure because close. Okay, so first bonding, break the bonding, then reaction show. Okay, so it is not explained by this structure. So first is, despite having the aldehyde group, glucose does not give shift test, because here you see CHO, aldehyde group convert into the CHOH. Okay, clear? CHOH. Okay, so having the aldehyde group does not glucose does not give shift taste and does not form hydrogen sulfide addition product with sodium bisulfite. Okay, so that is means the glucose react with sodium bisulfite. So aldehyde group they having despite, so glucose does not give shift test and does not form hydrogen sulfide addition product. Okay, then here the pentaacetate of the glucose does not react with hydroxyl amine, indicating the absence of free CHO group, because CHO bind here, so not a given reaction. Okay, so does not give shift test, does not give react with hydroxylamine, and then glucose is found to exit. Here again I say, despite having the aldehyde group, glucose does not give shift test, so does not form hydrogen sulfide addition product with sodium bisulfite. Then second one, the pentaacetate of the glucose does not react with hydroxylamine because absence of the free CHO group. And third one is, glucose is found to exist in 2 different crystalline forms, which are named as alpha and beta. Alpha form of the glucose, melting point 419 Kelvin, is obtained by crystallization from concentration solution of the glucose at 300 Kelvin. Okay, it is alpha form obtained by crystallization from concentrated solution of glucose at 300 Kelvin, while beta form melting point 423 Kelvin temperature, and it is obtained by crystallization from hot and saturated aqueous solution. Okay, obtained by crystallization from hot and saturated aqueous solution at 371 Kelvin. Okay, but this behavior could not be explained by the open chain structure for glucose. It was proposed that one of the OH groups may add to the CHO group and then form a cyclic hemiacetal structure. Okay, OH attached with aldehyde group, so form a cyclic hemiacetal structure. And it was found that glucose form a 6-member ring, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to form as shown below. Okay, 6-member ring in which OH at 6,5 is involved in ring formation. So this explains the absence of CHO group and then also existence of glucose in 2 forms. 2 cyclic forms exist in equilibrium with open chain structure. So here you see this is the open chain. See, CHO, HOH, OHH, HOH, HOH and CH2H. Carbon number 5th give OH with C. Okay, so whenever given, so here you see CH2OH and here OH, oxygen to attach with C and this hydrogen attached with oxygen. So see, HC, OH and then this oxygen bind both, right? So right hand side attached, so its name is positive. And OH attached right hand side, so the name is D. Okay, clear? So the 2 cyclic hemiacetal form of glucose differ only the configuration of the hydroxyl group at C1, carbon 1, so called anomeric carbon. 2 cyclic hemiacetal form of glucose differ only in the configuration of the hydroxyl group. Here hydroxyl group right hand side, so D. Okay, here hydroxyl group left hand side, so here hydroxyl group right hand side, so alpha, and left side, so beta. Okay, and right hand side oxygen bond from first carbon to 5th, so D. Here also first to 5th, so D. Clear? Okay, so 2 cyclic hemiacetal form of glucose differ only in the configuration of the hydroxyl group at C first. So OH group attached right hand side C first, so D alpha, and left hand side, so beta. So it is called anomeric carbon. Okay, this carbon is anomeric carbon. The aldehyde carbon before cyclization. Okay, before cyclization such isomers alpha form and beta form, okay, are called anomers. The aldehyde carbon before cyclization, so such isomers known as alpha form and beta form are called anomers. And then 6-membered cyclic structure of glucose is called pyranose structure, alpha or beta. Okay, and in analogy with pyran. So see this structure, it is a pyran. This is the aldehyde group carbon oxygen. Okay, this way glucose structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pyran. Okay, so main is pyran, and pyran is cyclic organic compound with 1 oxygen atom and live carbon atom in 5 carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 oxygen atom and 5 carbon atom in the ring. So it is a pyran. And according to the pyran, we have to form glucose cyclic structure. So cyclic structure of the glucose more correctly represented by Haworth structure. Okay, cyclic structure of the glucose more correctly represented by Haworth structure. Okay, so here you see oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. Okay, and then 5th carbon attached 6th number CH2OH because first number carbon and then 5th number carbon attached by oxygen. You know about last first number carbon and 5th carbon attached by oxygen. Okay, so here you see first carbon HOH, second number HOH, third OHH, and then fourth HOH, and 5th number attached with 6th carbon CH2OH. Okay, so here you see OH left hand side, so alpha, right hand side with oxygen, from oxygen, this is the right hand side, so it is a alpha, and then here OH upper side, that is with left hand side oxygen, so it is a beta. Okay, so D you already know, positive. Glucose, but glucose structure according to the form according to the pyrene structure, so its name is glucopyranose, and it is also glucopyranose, but it is a alpha and it is a beta. Okay. Next is fructose. Last example I explained. Next example is fructose. Fructose is important ketohexose. So what is the difference between glucose and fructose? In glucose, aldehyde group present, so it is a aldohexose. But fructose is an important ketohexose because in which ketone group present. Okay, and it is obtained along with glucose by hydrolysis of disaccharide. Okay, disaccharide. Which side disaccharide? Sucrose. So whenever hydrolysis is of the disaccharide sucrose, so two types of product obtained, glucose and fructose. Glucose is aldohexose and fructose is ketohexose. Okay. Then fructose is natural monosaccharides found in fruits, honey and vegetables, and in its pure form it is used as sweetener. Okay, and it is also important is ketohexose. Okay, here you see structure. In glucose you see first number carbon aldehyde group CHO, and here second number carbon in fructose, second number carbon C double bond O, keto group. Okay, and first and last carbon CH2OH, CH2OH. So CH2OH, C double bond O, OH, HOH, HOH, CH2OH. So only for difference in the functional group. In glucose aldehyde group and in fructose ketonic group. Okay, so fructose has molecular formula C6H12O6, and on the basis of its reaction, it was found to contain a ketonic functional group and carbon number 2. Okay, at carbon number 2. So 6 carbon in a straight chain. You see 6 carbon in a straight chain, like as the case of the glucose, and it belongs to D series. D series, that is means, what is the meaning of the D? Because this is the OH group right hand side. Okay, and then levorotatory compound. Okay, this rotate levo side, so it is a negative V indicate, D minus fructose. Okay, so D minus fructose, and it is a open structure. We have to show this way, open type structure. Okay, so what is the difference between glucose and fructose? Glucose have molecular formula C6H12O6, fructose also same formula C6H12O6. Glucose have aldehyde group, but fructose has ketonic group. Glucose have aldehyde group attached first carbon CHO, but in fructose aldehyde ketonic group attached second number carbon C double bond O. Okay, and in glucose D positive glucose because that is dextrorotatory, but here D negative fructose because it is a levorotatory compound. Okay, then we have to see cyclic structure. So glucose represent their cyclic structure by from pyrene. Okay, 1 oxygen and 5 carbon, and then but furane. Okay, but fructose represent by furane. So it's also exist in two cyclic forms. Okay, by the addition of the OH at C5 to the C carboxyl group. This is the C carbon number 2 because ketonic group present in second number, but in glucose aldehyde group attached first carbon. So first to 5 attached, but in fructose carbon number 2 C double bond O. So that is means here carbon number 2 attached with carbon number 5th by oxygen, right? So CH2OH, second number carbon COH, and hydrogen attached with this 5th number O. Then OH, here you see OH, HOH, and then H, this OH, in this oxygen attached second number to 5th number, and then 6 CH2OH. Okay, clear? So this name is fructose, and then furanose because its structure, furane is 1 oxygen. Okay, the ring so formed 5-membered ring, and its name is furanose because it is the base unit is compound furane, because furane is 5-membered cyclic compound. okay, with 1 oxygen and 4 carbon atom, 1 2 3 4. Okay, but pyran 1 oxygen and 5 carbon, but furan 1 oxygen and 4 carbon. Okay, so its name is according to the furan, so its name is fructofuranose. Okay, and then OH attached right hand side, here you see. Okay, this one side, here you see CH2OH and then OH. Clear? So OH right hand side, so alpha, here OH left hand side, so beta. Okay, then the cyclic structure of the 2 anomers of the fructose again represent same this type of cyclic structure, because this structure binding way represent, but open structure according closed structure according to the furan, this oxygen second number, this second number, first second oxygen attached second number and oxygen attached fifth number. Second number CH2OH OH, here you see CH2OH OH. Third number OHH OHH. Fourth number HOH HOH. Fifth number H and then binding sixth carbon CH2OH. Okay, clear? Here you see right hand side attached, so alpha, and then from oxygen this is the left hand side, so beta. Its name is alpha D right hand side dextrorotatory, so D minus fructofuranose, and then here beta D but levorotatory, so minus fructofuranose. Okay, so this is structure of the fructose. So monosaccharides example complete, glucose and fructose. So next topic is disaccharides. What is this? Disaccharides. Here you see, what is a disaccharide? Disaccharides, that is means disaccharide on hydrolysis with dilute acid or enzymes yield 2 molecules of either the same or different monosaccharides. Okay, so whenever hydrolysis of the disaccharides, so with dilute acid otherwise enzymes, so give 2 molecules of either same otherwise different monosaccharides. Okay, and 2 monosaccharides are joined together by an oxide linkage formed by the loss of water molecule. Okay, and such a linkage, whenever 2 monomers units are joined together by the loss of water molecules, so such linkage between the 2 monosaccharides units through oxygen atom is called glucosidic linkage. Okay, so if 2 monosaccharides units are joined together, are linked through oxygen atom, so it is called glucosidic linkage. Okay, then in disaccharides, if the reducing groups of monosaccharides like aldehyde, ketonic groups are bonded, so these are non-reducing sugar. Okay, if the reducing group of monosaccharides, aldehyde and ketonic group are bonded, so these are non-reducing sugar. Example, sucrose. So on other hand, sugar in which these function groups are free, so are called reducing sugar. For example, common example of the disaccharide is sucrose. Okay, first example is sucrose. Sucrose is disaccharide. Okay, and whenever hydrolysis, so give equimolar of the mixture of D plus glucose and D negative fructose. Okay, so here you see sucrose C12H22O11, then hydrolysis H2O, then 2 products are formed, glucose C6H12O6 and then second one C6H12O6. One glucose and second one fructose. Okay, positive and negative, dextrorotatory and this is levorotatory. And here positive, that is means dextrorotatory, and negative levorotatory. So dextrorotatory, but here capital D and capital D, that is means in structure OH right hand side and then fructose also OH from linkage right hand side. Okay, so D plus glucose and D negative fructose. Then these 2 monosaccharides are held together by glycosidic bond. Here you see, this is the D glucose and then D fructose, same structure we have to form, but here you see carbon number first and fructose carbon number second linked together by oxygen, so it is known as glycosidic linkage. First you draw glucose, okay, then second one you draw fructose, both side capital D because over the right hand side, and then here also right hand side, so D, capital D, and then it is a glucose and it is a fructose. So bind together by oxygen, okay. So these two monosaccharides are held together by glycosidic linkage between carbon first of alpha D glucose and carbon 2 beta D fructose, okay. And then reducing groups of the glucose and fructose are involved in which bond is glycosidic bond, okay. So both are attached, which bond? Glycosidic bond is formation, and sucrose is non-reducing sugar, okay. Clear? So which example here? If the reducing group of monosaccharides aldehyde and ketonic group are bonded, so they are non-reducing sugar. Like example is sucrose. But other hand, sugar in which these functional group are free are called reducing sugar, and example maltose and lactose, okay. So sucrose example is non-reducing sugar, okay. Then next is maltose. But first here given sucrose is dextrorotatory, but after hydrolysis gives dextrorotatory glucose and levorotatory fructose, okay. Then levo-rotation of the fructose is minus 92.4 degree is more than dex rotation of the glucose plus 52.5 degree. So mixture is levo-rotatory. So hydrolysis of the sucrose brings about a change in the sign of the rotation. So from dextro and to levo. So product is named as invert sugar. Okay. So again I say sucrose. Sucrose is dextrorotatory. But after the hydrolysis gives two types of product, glucose and fructose. Glucose dextrorotatory and fructose levorotatory. So levorrotation of the fructose minus 92.4 degree, it is more than dextrorotation of the glucose plus 52.5 degree. So mixture is, this is the dextrorotatory and this is the levorotatory. So total mixture is levorotatory. So hydrolysis of the sucrose brings about a change in the sign of the rotation from dextro to levo. Okay, so product is named as invert sugar. Okay, then next example of disaccharide is maltose. Here you see both are glucose. So another disaccharide maltose is composed of the two alpha D glucose unit. In first carbon to one glucose is linked to the carbon fourth another glucose unit second. Here you see. This is the alpha D glucose, this oxygen carbon number first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Same 6. So first number attach other unit of the glucose. So fourth number carbon. First number carbon of the glucose attached by fourth number of the carbon of the glucose. Binding by oxygen. So it is a glucosidic bond. But here you see sucrose, one glucose attached by other fructose. So one number carbon of the glucose and second number carbon of the fructose. Both units are different. But in maltose, same units of the monosaccharide, glucose and glucose. Okay. So alpha D glucose because OH attached right hand side. So capital D and dextrorotatory, and second also we have to take dextrorotatory. So alpha D glucose and alpha D glucose. But one carbon of the alpha D glucose attached by, okay, carbon number fourth of the alpha D glucose and linked, okay, and here no free radical aldehyde group can be produced at carbon number first of second glucose in the solution. So it shows its reducing properties because it is a reducing sugar. Because here you see reducing sugar, that is means functional group are free. So here first number attached by fourth, but here first number free. Okay, first number free. So that is means it is a reducing sugar. What is the concept between reducing and non-reducing sugar? Reducing, that is means if aldehyde group are free, functional group are free. So it is a reducing. And in sucrose, no one free, aldehyde group free. So it is a non-reducing and it is a reducing sugar. Then third example of the disaccharide lactose. What is this? Which example? Lactose. Okay, in lactose, it is more commonly known as milk sugar. Okay, and this disaccharide is found in milk. Okay, lactose is already you know about milk sugar, and it is found in milk, and it is composed of beta D galactose and beta D glucose. Beta D galactose, and second one monomer unit is beta D glucose, and this linkage is between carbon first of galactose and carbon fourth of the glucose, and free aldehyde group may be produced carbon first of the glucose, so it is also known as reducing sugar. So first is known as milk sugar. Second one, it is formed by beta D galactose, and second one beta D glucose. Okay, beta D galactose and beta D glucose. First you see what is the difference between. Same, carbon first, second, third, fourth, fifth, right? Here also glucose first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, first number same, OHH and then OHH. Second number HOH, HOH, OHH, 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 here HOH, and then CH2OHH. So both units are same, only for difference in invert way. One glucose and second one invert. So here you see glycosidic bond attach this one, this say, cross way. This is the carbon number first of the galactose, and then this is the carbon number fourth of the glucose. Okay, this is the beta D. Okay, so beta, that is means OH attach OH upper side. Here also OH left hand side from oxygen. Okay, then it is a galactose. So see this way. Okay, see this is the difference between invert way attach. Okay, clear? So beta D galactose, carbon first, attach of the carbon number fourth of the glucose, and here you see free aldehyde group CHO. So produced at the C1 of the glucose, so it is also reducing sugar. Okay, so three examples: sucrose, maltose and the lactose. Sucrose is a non-reducing sugar because not aldehyde group free, and but maltose and lactose are reducing sugar because in which one functional group aldehyde group are free. Then monosaccharide completed, because monosaccharide we have to study about glucose and fructose. Disaccharide we study sucrose, maltose and lactose, and third one is polysaccharide. Okay, polysaccharide is contain a large number of the monosaccharides units joined together by glycosidic linkage. Okay, so more than units, monosaccharides unit joined together by glycosidic linkage, so known as polysaccharide. Okay, so it is a uncounted carbohydrates in nature. Clear? And mainly act as a food storage and structural materials. Example first is starch. Starch is the main storage polysaccharides of the plants. Okay, and it is most important dietary source of the pure human beings. High contents of the starch is found in cereals, roots, tubers and some vegetables. Okay, so it is a polymer of the alpha glucose and consists of the two components amylose and amylopectin. So that is means 3 units common: glucose, 2 components of the amylose, and then third one is amylopectin. Okay, so here you see, first see amylose. Amylose, here you see this is the glucose unit, OH, OH, H, OH, OH, H, H, O, CH2OH. Okay, carbon number first attached with carbon number fourth of other ring, and again first and fourth, first and fourth, first and fourth, and then here you draw this way. That is means open structure, this open and this open, that is means, and only for first number oxygen attached this carbon, this is the alpha position, alpha link. Okay, so it is a amylose. Okay, what is this? Amylose. So amylose is water soluble component which constitutes of the 15 to 20% of the starch. Chemically, amylose is a long unbranched chain which 200 to 100,000 alpha D plus glucose units are held together by C1 to C4 glycosidic linkage. Okay, so see, carbon number first and carbon number fourth attached by glycosidic bond linkage. But this is the alpha D plus glucose. Okay, so alpha amylose is water soluble, constituent about 15 to 20% of the starch. Chemically, it is a long unbranched chain, and with 200 to 1000 alpha D plus glucose units are held together by carbon first to carbon fourth glycosidic linkage. Okay, then second one is amylopectin. Amylopectin, opposite of the amylose. Amylose is water soluble, so amylopectin is insoluble in water. Amylose is constitute about 15 to 20% of the starch, but it is constituent about 80 to 85% of the starch. Amylose is long unbranched chain, but amylopectin is branch chain polymer. Amylose is long unbranched chain of the alpha D plus glucose, but here a branch chain polymer of the alpha D glucose. Amylose is carbon first to carbon fourth attached. Here also same carbon first to carbon fourth linkage, but whereas branching occurs, so carbon first to carbon sixth glycosidic linkage. So you see amylopectin, here you see 1, 2, 3. First number and fourth number carbon attached. So this is the alpha link. But whenever any ring attached by upper side other way, carbon first to carbon 6, this is the branching way. So carbon first to carbon 6, beta link. It is known as beta. Okay, and but generally consider first number, so alpha link also. Okay, but branch at carbon 6. Okay, so this is the amylopectin. Okay, so amylose, it is a unbranched chain, and this is the amylopectin branch chain. Okay, amylose is a first carbon and carbon fourth glycosidic linkage between the alpha D plus glucose unit. Okay, and here carbon first and carbon fourth also, and carbon sixth, carbon first and sixth. This is the branch way. Okay, this is the main difference between amylose and amylopectin. So first example, starch is main storage polysaccharides, and it consists of the two components, amylose and amylopectin. Second one example is cellulose. Here you see cellulose occurs exclusively in plants, and it is the most abundant organic substance in plant kingdom. What is this? Cellulose. Most abundant organic substance in plant kingdom, and it is predominant. What is this? Predominant constituent of the cell wall of the plant cell, and it is the straight chain polysaccharides compound only of the beta D glucose units, which are joined by glycosidic linkage between carbon first to one glucose and carbon fourth of the next glucose unit. So here you see this is glucose unit O, this is the carbon number first attached with other ring. This is the other glucose unit, but we have to see this is the beta glucose unit. Okay, beta glucose, that is means OH left hand side from oxygen, upper side, that is means here upper side, so 3 units first you form glucose units. So upper side oxygen, OH and then OH. So this carbon first attached with the carbon number 4th. Okay, this is the carbon number first and this is the carbon number 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, attached by oxygen. This is the, and this unit also first number, and this is the 4th. Okay, so beta link. So it is known as cellulose. Okay, so again I say cellulose present in plants, most abundant organic substance in plant kingdom. It is a predominant constituent of the cell wall of the plant cell, and it is the straight chain, this way straight chain. Okay. Then attach carbon first to carbon fourth of other unit. Okay. Then third example of the First example of the starch, second example of the cellulose, and third example of the polysaccharide glycogen. This carbohydrate, the carbohydrates are stored in animal body as glycogen. Okay, carbohydrates are stored in animal body as glycogen, and it is also known as animal starch. Okay, because its structure is similar to amylopectin and rather more highly branched. It is present in liver, muscles and brain. And when the body needs glucose, so glycogen enzymes breaks the glycogen down to the glucose. And glycogen is also found in yeast and fungi. Okay, so this carbohydrate is stored in animal body as like glycogen. It is also known as animal starch, and its structure is same amylopectin, and it is more highly branched. Okay, it is present in liver, muscle and brain, and whenever body needs glucose, so enzyme breaks the glycogen down to the glucose. Okay, and we have gained glucose. So glycogen is also found in yeast and fungi. So 3 examples given of polysaccharide: starch, cellulose and then glycogen. Okay, then importance of the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are essential for life in both plants and animals. It is a major portion of our food. Like example, honey. Honey has been used for a long time as an instant source of the energy by Veds in Ayurvedic system of the medicine. You already know about in Ayurveda honey use. Okay, then carbohydrates are used as storage molecules like starch in plants. Okay, and glycogen in animals. Okay, storage molecule because starch in plants and glycogen in animals. Then cell wall of the bacteria and plant is made up of the cellulose. We build furniture etc. from cellulose in the form of wood, clothes ourselves with cellulose in the form of the cotton. So they provide raw material for many important industries like textile, paper, lacquers and breweries. Okay, so most important use of the carbohydrate in our daily life. Okay, clear? So question based on this, easy question based on this topic. First in text, glucose or sucrose are soluble in water but cyclohexane or benzene are insoluble in water. Explain. Question number second, what are the expected products of the hydrolysis of lactose? Then third, how do you explain the absence of the aldehyde group in the pentacetate of the D-glucose? So this is your homework. Okay, and then again I explain in next video. Thank you so much.